Hello, and welcome back to your HR Journey to the Cloud course. This is week 1 and unit 4. Now, I am Chiara Bersano, and I'm a Global Value Advisor for the SAP SuccessFactors organization. I am very excited to show you today some of the navigation and tools that we use every day. And after my short video demo, you will also be able to try it out using a clickable demo that does not have all the functionality, but will give you a good feel of how our mobile application works. Let's get started. So this is only one slide, I promise. It's only one slide just to give you an outline of the steps that I will cover in the upcoming demo. Please also refer to the Word document that is in the course in case you want a more step-by-step outline that you may want to follow. The same document will also help you later on in the do-it-yourself part when you'll be able to look at the clickable demo on your own portable device or using a portable device look-alike on your computer screen. Of course, going forward, bear in mind that all the activity proposed for the employee experience are also available for all, so for managers and for HR and executives. So the demo will be divided in 3 parts. First, we'll have a look at what is the employee experience, then the manager experience. Both are going to be demoed in the mobile app, where you will also be able to have a look at it on your own device. After that, we'll look at the desktop application. So we'll have a look at the desktop experience, looking at how the self-service works and some of the additional navigation options that exist over there. Of course, employee and manager would also be able any day to access the self-service part in the desktop application. But in our experience, most of the time, once they figured out that they can do everything they need on the application itself, the need slows down. Let's move on to the actual demo. So now let's have a look at how it works in our tools. As mentioned, I will go through a few steps onto our mobile application using my iPhone, and both from the point of view of employee experience and manager experience. And then we'll have a quick look at how it all looks on the mainframe. Now, or rather on my computer, it's not anymore a mainframe. So please forgive me, I'm not going to be looking at you all the times because I'll need to control the whole demo from my mobile phone, and that you can see the screen on the side here. So during this whole demo, you're going to be Jeff. Jeff Hill is a manager, so we'll be able to use him as an example for both the employee experience and the manager experience. Interestingly, you'll see how he interacts with his team, with people, how he approves, how he submits different options, all on the mobile part. So Jeff is not only a manager, but he's also recruiting, has an open position. As he has an open position, he has an upcoming meeting with Ben Zimmerman, who's the recruiter for one of the new positions. So the first thing he wants to do is to look up Ben because he's getting late and he needs to send him a quick note to warn him that he's going to be delayed. So first thing is on the screen here, we can go and look for search. Search, we're going to look for Zimmerman. Search, and let's find who's coming up. Ben is right here. Perfect. The application is proposing to see the hierarchy in 2 different ways. The first way is the graphic way, and you can graphically navigate it very easily up and down as well as laterally. In this case, we can quickly see that Ben is right here. Let's have a look at his profile. That's going to be displayed in a second. That's going to show us where he is, the local time at his office location and so on. Ben actually has been traveling to visit me, to visit Jeff in California, so the local time is not really of concern. The business phone number is relevant here, and that's where Jeff can directly send him a quick note saying, "I'm sorry, I'll be late," and send a note to know. Of course, that's my test phone, and it's not going to send a real message to a real Ben Zimmerman. And seeing that, I can actually go back to the org chart and navigate and check, for instance, who is his manager. That's a new person. I don't know her, and I'd like to know a little bit more. Well, Sarah is a director of talent management, so I see that she has actually quite a rather large team, 3 direct report and 12 people overall. I see that she's also in Berlin. I can directly have access to her business phone and email, and I can see more details about all the team. The type of data I can see about Sarah depend on how the authorization or rather role-based permissioning has been set up. Most of the time, normally I can see only the public profile, unless I'm somebody manager, and then I'll have a little bit more visibility on the HR settings, such as compensation and, of course, goals, performance, and so on. It all depends how the authorization are set up for your organization. Now that has been done, we can go back home, and Jeff need to actually set up some vacation time. HR sent him an email this morning saying, "Hello, some time off is a good idea." So Jeff is going to go into his time off and start a new request. He's going to say, "I want to take a vacation." The type of vacation, of course, are all configurable. He is going to select, he wants to take some time off from December 20th to December 23rd. It's 4 days of vacation, and he has 24 days available, so that's not a problem. He needs to go shopping for Christmas, and he decided to take a little bit of time off. So he can also here directly verify what is happening with his team and if other members of his team are absent at the same time. Indeed, there are some, but that's quite normal. It's close to Christmas. Many people are taking a little bit of time off. It's not a problem. So Jeff is going to submit his vacation time and goes. Sent, done. Now, given that he is here, Jeff also decided to verify what address is in his file, because I think he is moving shortly, so he wants to make sure that the date of moving is reflected in his file. So there are several ways to verify and to see his profile. One is very simply to just click on his little face up top here. So that will give access to his full profile, where he can see what's happening, the location where he's working from, the local time at the location, and more about him, including Mia Cooper. This is essentially what Jeff can see of his own file. And for instance, part of me is all number of personal information that are available. So in this case, he wants to go and see addresses and verify what address is on file. And here we're going, and hit access. Oh, it's still 61 Neck Avenue. He forgot to update it when he set up his moving date. So he's going to click on the little pencil there. And here I'm just going to say that from December the 1st, he is going to be living on 7 Bellevue Avenue. There is a typo, so we correct it. He stays in Dallas, where he's resident, and everything else is all good. And just save. Now, Attached to any of these, he can add some comments because there is a workflow that follows up that. Attached to any change, there can be a workflow. The workflow will either request for approval and go through either his manager and or HR, or will just be sent for information to somebody, whether it is HR or his manager. It depends from your internal setup. So in this case, he doesn't have any comment to add. He could go and verify a few other personal type of information, check on the dependents. Maybe he has a child and he wants to add information about his dependents. It's all available right at his fingertips. So he can make the best use of his time. Whenever there is a moment, a down moment, whenever he's waiting for coffee or whatever, he can always follow up on what is going on. So now that he has added time off, he has reviewed his own file, we can also take note that at the bottom here, you also have other buttons, including, for instance, here. And you'll be able to explore more of these options when you actually do and follow the clickable demo that will be made available for you. But just as a quick part, for instance, here, there is another option to put in time off. And in this option, you can actually see a little bit more. It's not just a quick way to put time off, but you can actually verify how many days are available. The 24 days is the vacation entitlement. The 10 days is the sickness quota per year. Depending on the country, there may be different types. So it will all be taken care by the system, knowing where you are and depending on your own contract, giving you the right information. You have an absence calendar. You can consult your balances, see what's coming up and what has been requested. Now, let's go back home, and now we can also consider another thing. We can see, for instance, that he's also a manager, and as a manager, we see that directly here on the screen we have directly a request for time off from this. From this picture, we can directly go and say, I want to see all the approvals I want to provide. And I have 2 approvals that I need to give to Jada and or to James Clark. I can review them. Actually, I'll directly decide to approve the one for James Klein, which is overdue. I should have approved it some time ago. We are late to approve it. So let's go and approve this one. I can decide if I want to add some comments. And in this case, I'll just apologize. So sorry for the delay. But all good. Fine. And we approve, done. And we see it has been approved, and there is only one additional approval that is there. I can also see here that there are some additional items for me today. For instance, I have some learning assignment. Jeff has some learning assignments due for some time. We're not going to get into that right now. What we're going to do still is to note that he also has access. Well, he has access to a button with a full to-do list, which essentially will take up the to-dos that we've seen in the previous screen. But what I find more interesting right now is to know that there is a team button. On the team button, he sees a list of all his direct reports, and he can access each of them and has a specific interaction. Let's say he goes into Ben Sherving. Ben Sherving is one of his report, and he can either directly contact Ben from the screen, or he can access the profile, which will access all the different information that Jeff might need to know about Ben, including all the employment compensation details as needed. He can access the activities that are going on. The activities are a way to capture the activities related or non-related to goals. Activities, for instance, they can be viewed by goals, and they can be viewed by status. In this case, we have a number of activities that have been captured for Ben in their interaction. They can be filled and added either by Ben, by adding create activity, or by Jeff. Either of the two can add them. And this will allow them to have an on-the-go, continuous, easy review of what's going on and how the goals that Ben has agreed with in the discussion with Jeff are being followed up. So here we see that there are some that are of a high level, some are medium, review project status, and some are of low, and some may be of low priority. In this case, there is, for instance, a review project status that has been created recently, and Ben and Jeff stops and think that actually this one should be probably kicked at a high level of concern because, in fact, it has become more relevant, and it should be related to one of the performance goals because it is about developing and documenting the business continuity plan. So let's say that he actually captured that. And at the same time, he is going to send Ben a quick update. Ben, let's discuss this next week. So this is actually a very quick way to interact and discuss what is going on and how he can accept and review the goals and activities. It is also to be noted that this, of course, creates a record, and that will allow Jeff to actually have a quick review of the activities during the year at the moment of the performance review times. And finally, there are also ways, of course, a way to look at the goals that Ben has agreed with, and they're all here on track. One is behind. And he can take decisions, he can actually verify, check, and send messages or exchange with Ben as needed and create activities from here as well. And finally, he can actually either give feedback to Ben or receive feedback or request other people to give some feedback to Ben to actually complete a performance review or an intermediary review as needed. Well, at this point, I think I have finished what I wanted to show you in this quick review. We have viewed quite a few activities that can be done directly on the app, and I hope you have found it interesting. And now we'll move on to the analytics. So hello again, and here in this part of the demo, I want to show you how the application works on the desktop. Now, of course, in many cases, people and employees want to use the mobility app. However, there are also situations in which activities can be performed or are maybe easier or faster to perform on the desktop. I'm thinking here sometimes simply for proximity reason because there are other activities that need to be done on the computer. Or HR activities are most of the time performed on the desktop simply because, there is a better real estate. Things like reporting or reviews of the organizational structure are a lot more engaging on the main desktop. Let's start with looking at Mia Cooper. From the point of view of Mia Cooper, we're impersonating Mia now. Now, this is her desktop, so she sees, and I want to show you a few things from this point of view. I want to show you a little bit of navigation as we go around. I want to show you how it looks and also how she can approve a time off. Let's remember Mia is Jeff manager. So she has received, as part of the approval to be done as part of the activities for today, she has the approval that Jeff for the vacation that Jeff has submitted a moment ago. So she can directly approve it from here. She can say, I want to see some details, or I may want to approve it directly from here. She goes and decide to review the details of the time off, verify that it is just before Christmas, so she doesn't have any concerns because there are some other people that are absent during the same time. On top of it, Jeff has a lot of vacation pending, so it's a good thing that he's taking some time off. She's going to add a small comment here as part of the approval, go ahead and approve the time off. Workflow has been completed. She can go on with her days. Now, she wants to verify also how the org chart looks. In this case, she knows that she has received budget for an additional position in her group. She has a lot of new positions that she has been adding recently. There is a new one she needs to add today. So for that, she is going to go and verify on the org chart what is already there. She's going to look at what requisition she may be needing and have a look at how she can add a position. For this, she needs to go to the org chart. She has two ways to navigate to the org chart. One is to go through the drop down and find the org chart in this list. And it is there. But she has an easier way, actually. There are the quick action icons that are right here that allows her to directly drill down into the org chart from her main screen. Here is her team. She has 5 full FTEs, part of her team, and Deborah is a contingent worker, so it is not an FTE, is part of her team. You can see here at the bottom of her picture that she has 5 direct reports and 42 in her organization at large. Now, we can see that there are also, if she wants to drill down, she can see directly all the details about her report, go to the main screen of each employees, or drill down and take some additional actions directly from here. But in this case, she wants to drill down to the organization or Jeff and have a look there. And here she sees that, in fact, Jeff has 8 direct reports. But in addition to the direct report, he also has a global assignment person. And she has received budget to add an additional position to Jeff's team. For that, she's going to go to the position chart. The position chart is a different type of structure. The position chart is literally the hierarchical situation from the position point of view. We can see that she has quite a few open positions in her group. She has 2 new analysts, an admin support, and a research and development person that need to be hired in the future. But now she needs to add an additional position to Jeff's team. For this, she's going to go directly here, and she can see even Jeff has some position to be hired. However, right now she's going to add the position that she needs to add. She's going to click on any of these positions to see more details. And from the burger icon up top, she's going to select. She could create a job position because the position actually doesn't have, this specific position does not have an incumbent. But she can also either add a field glass requisition in case this need to be a contingent worker, or she can add a peer position to this. And that's what she needs to do. So the position that has been allocated is a digital expert position. It's a new position. And you can see that the work required to create this new position is not much. She just sees that everything is defaulted because of the location of the team. Now, of course, at this point, she could decide that this specific expert position need to be located in a different areas, or maybe she may need to actually make the position in a different area, at a different salary grade, and slightly changes. But in this case, no need. She's happy with what she sees. She can proceed and save directly from here. The position has been added as a new position, and we can verify that it has been created, that it is here. We can directly from here go ahead. The position has been created as of today. I'm recording on Halloween Day. And you can see that the details are all here to start a requisition as needed that can be started directly from here. She's not going to start. This is something that in Best Run has been decided to be part of the recruiter person. So the recruiter will be able to verify what is needed for the requisition. Now, let's remember one thing. All these activities are set and are decided as by the Best Run organization as part of MIA authorizations. And that's why she can accomplish them here. Each organization will have to take the decision of where these will be activated and how. In addition to this navigation, I still want to point out before leaving Mia to her day of work that there is also a search facility here that is in natural language. So when in some cases the drop down or the quick action are not clear enough, or you may not remember where to go, things that's easy enough to say, for instance, I want to see how is my time off. And from here, I can directly find either a person that I'm looking for or a part of the application. And Mia can see directly how her time off is working, if she has no incoming time off, and she has a lot of vacation to take. She'll be able to create them directly from here or do it from her mobile application when she'll have the time and she'll have some other time. Now, in parallel to Mia's point of view, now I would like to propose you to look at how HR work function. For that, we're going to leave Mia point of view and we're going to become magically Anya. Anya is part of HR, and as part of her activities is to review and support the diversity effort, particularly the gender effort, for the Best Run organization. For that, she's going to look at the reporting. The reporting, we are going to look at the report center, and she has requested a specific story to be built for her to give her access and visibility at the diversity data. So the story is here, and the system is going to import all the data. Let's remember that data is all live in this case. So she has, there is no latency and no changes. She can see what is actually happening in the company at the moment she's looking at. Now, while this is loading, I'll remind you that, of course, again, all the details, the way it is configured, the way it is done, is set up by Best Run organization. The color, the format, the story is all set up here. Now, Anya has access to the whole organizational information. She can see that the total number of FTE is 1,278. She sees the ratio of male and female. Well, it's not 50-50, but it's pretty close, and she's happy with that. And that will look pretty good on the report that she will submit to her boss in a couple of days. However, as she looks at the details, she also sees that the grade 10 group is actually not doing as well. She's going to go and look at it more in detail because this looks a little bit embarrassing. And indeed, that is totally embarrassing. In grade 10, there are 50 people, but there are no female at all. It's all look at all level of the organization. Grade 10 is systematically only male. And even in the new hires, there have been some new hires recently in manufacturing, corporate services, and direct sales, and it is all only male. Now, let's remember this is all live data. So actually, Anya is also able to go and drill down to the specific users that have a grade 10. And she sees that actually they're all engineers. Maybe her conclusion will be that she needs to do some more hiring from new interns or new college grads that are female and try to bring in some diversity. Also in grade 10, maybe she'll say, I can do some promotions because I do have quite a few females in grade 8, and maybe I can do some promotions. But from here, she also knows she can drill down further. She actually can go and look at the detail of each specific employee, look more in detail, and directly from here, she could decide to move the person, or she can request the move of a person to another group. She could go and drill down in the detail. She could contact the specific HR person who's responsible for this person, and she can take action. So you see the power of the reporting and the power of data, even directly from here. Let's remember that here we're looking simply at reporting. I am not showing analytics. I am not showing workforce planning. I'm showing truly reporting as it is embedded in Employee Central with the power of stories that can be created to support specific views and specific concerns. Now, I would like to thank you for your attention, and I hope you have enjoyed this short demo, and I hope you'll take the time to review our clickable demo as a next step. Until soon.